Hello everybody and welcome back to Madden 2002 in the Buffalo Bills franchise mode. And we are back here after a tumultuous couple of weeks here in the previous video here. We competed very well with two very strong teams in the NFL. One of the best teams in the NFL in the Indianapolis Colts. And we fell short in both games, literally by the same score, 31-28 in both games. So we desperately need to get back right here. We need to get back on the winning side of things because now we are falling here below 500 by a couple games. And yeah, we just got to get back right. And today is a good opportunity to do that against a Patriots team that is struggling and is also now dealing with a little bit of injury. Now, the struggling aspect is in the quarterback room. Drew Bledsoe's having himself a terrible season, just an awful season. And then the running back room, Kevin Falk is now injured. And then one of the Patriots' top receivers here is also injured. So they have a couple injuries here. Charles Johnson is also injured. And I think there's another probable injury somewhere else on the roster too, I think. But I don't know. They're dealing with stuff around, So it's going to be I don't want to say an easy game here, but we have a couple tough divisional games on the docket today with Miami and New England, and we need to win both these games and get back to 500 if we can. That's very important today. So we're going to start things off on offense. Sammy Morris finds an opening, and he's off to the races, man. Out in open space here. It's a foot race all the way to the end zone, but he's going to get caught, but not before breaking another tackle or so and getting us deep inside here, just about inside the 15, I think. Tackled at about the New England 15 or 14-yard line. And Sammy Morris, man, just a couple touches here has already ran half the length of the field on the day here. So 2nd and 6, we're going to fast forward to from about the New England 12. Going to hand this one off to Sammy Morris, see if he can finish what he started. And he's not going to finish it, but he is going to get very close to the goal line here and get brought down just a couple yards shy. So with a chance to punch it in, maybe we could probably expect to see Morris again. Who knows? Ty Law making the tackle. But on 1st and goal here, going to hand this one off to Sammy Morris again. He's going to get tripped up but fall forward in the end zone. And that is going to be an early Bills touchdown. And we're going to take the lead over New England early in this game. But we're going to fast forward to later in the first quarter. Back on offense again here. Faking the handoff. Dilfer gets rid of it in time. And a whole web of players. Unfortunately, it is a Bill who comes down with it. I believe it was Westbrook who makes the catcher, and it was. So things starting to heat up here maybe in the passing game. We saw a little bit of that in the Colts game here, a little bit of that back and forth. Things kind of starting to heat up here. So on 2nd and 2 here, Dilfer again got to get rid of it in time. It just barely gets out to Eric Moulds, and it looks like he might have maybe gotten bounds, I think. I think he might have got both feet in bounds, or maybe they're not going to check. But hopefully that's more so what we're hoping for. But 3rd and 4 here, we're going to fast forward to. We're going to hand this one off to Sammy Morris. He's going to get the first down here in a little bit more, but there's a flag on the field, and that is because Tasker was grabbing too much of the jersey. So those rookies have had a rough go of it so far this season in terms of discipline. It's been it's been something for them. They've been not nearly as bad as Fina last year, but certainly they've had their share. So first quarter comes to a close here, and now we are picking things up where we left off on offense. Sammy Morris getting to the outside. We're leading a caravan to the sideline before he gets brought down. And we are looking to be in good shape with that guy right there. He's having himself an amazing year. But fast forward to 3rd and 9 here. Got to get something through the air. Dilfer pump fakes. Finds an open target here in Eric Moulds, but he can't hold on to it. So it looks like he had it for a second. And then on that stumble on the broken tackle, he just drops it. I don't know. It was weird. But bring out Christie here for a close field goal. Not a super long field goal. The kick is up, and it is good. So we are going to extend our lead by just a little bit here. 10-0 over the Patriots. And if our defense can continue to smother this Patriots offense, then I think we should be in good shape here. So now we are back on offense under the 2-minute warning here. 1st and 10. Dilfer laying this one out here down the sideline. The pass is going to be caught. Westbrook shaking off the pressure, and he's running all the way to the end zone. No one's going to catch up to him. He is gone, baby. And that is a Bills touchdown. It seems so easy. It seems so easy. I don't know why they can't do this all the time. Dilfer made it look so easy. I just really don't know why he can't do that all the time. And Westbrook, yeah, just shaking it off and just running all the way, man. Shaking off the tackle. Yeah, nothing doing there, man. He's a big guy. He's a big and fast guy. So we love to see that from one of our big free agency acquisitions. It just lets me brag a little bit more. But now New England's going to try and fight back here with time left on the clock in the 2nd quarter. And it's Terry Glenn getting the pass from Drew Bledsoe along the sideline, and he's making things happen. So Glenn's falling down to the depth chart a little bit here because of the rookie acquisition that we haven't really seen much in our first game with the Patriots. Remember, we played them and beat the snot out of them early in the year, contributing to the 3-7 record that they currently have. But under pressure now, Drew Bledsoe's got to get rid of it in time, and once again he finds an open target downfield, and I thought it was Terry Glenn. I don't think it was, though. It might have been Troy Brown, actually. Yeah, it might have been Troy Brown. I think it was. Yeah, Troy Brown. So 1st and goal here, the Patriots running back up to the line. Got to get set once again with a minute on the clock. Bledsoe back to pass. Pump fakes, gets rid of it in time once again, and that is going to be another completion And this time, no, he might be playing, actually. Charles Johnson, that was Charles Johnson. He might be playing. Maybe he's probable. I thought he was injured for a week here, but he might actually be okay. He might have been healthy and cleared to play for this game, and I just missed it. But either way, J.R. Redmond is going to get the touchdown for the Patriots here. He's been really kind of doing a majority of the rushing for the Patriots in a lot of ways here, because Redmond has a couple touchdowns, and he did a little bit last year. The Patriots had a weird rushing attack last year. It was a whole thing, but the Patriots now taking over on offense, and it's an interception. Bledsoe finds Bills defender, Keon Carpenter, for another interception, and I say another because he's got now 17 on the year to now 16 touchdowns. It's ridiculous, dude. And Dilfer under pressure, trying to get rid of it, and he finds an open target in the end zone, and it's Eric Moulds. Eric Moulds getting touchdown number 4. Through the air, and again, man, we got to get more. Derek Moulds, definitely. I don't need to keep telling you that, but Dilfer's at least doing what he needs to do in this game here. So we have opened this thing up here, 27-7 over the Patriots here in the second half. There's still one quarter to play here. New England can try and tie it up if they have the shot here. It's 3rd and 1. Bledsoe back to pass, floats it across the middle, and that pass is going to be completed. This time to their tight end. And mind you, now, Ben Cortez, he didn't catch a single ball last year. He was on the Patriots roster, didn't catch a single pass. But now he's doing it a little bit this year. But on 3rd and goal here, trying to keep the Patriots out of the end zone, but they do it anyway. And J.R. Redmond has himself another touchdown in this game. So he's already doubled his production on the season in this one game alone. I don't know how long Kevin Falk has been injured and how long J.R. Redmond's been, in the fold here, but now he's got 4 touchdowns on the season. So good for him. Good for him. Maybe get some job security. We like to see it. But now we're going to try and really punch this one away if we can. Sammy Morris gets the pass out of the flat here, and it is just a foot race down the sideline. Foot race that he loses, but not before picking up a huge chunky yard. So did you really lose? Did we really lose if the offense is continuing to roll here? And Dilfer finding a way to move the football down the field. That's a good thing, man. We've really seen the last couple weeks. Maybe he's hearing me talk all that smack. I don't know. I don't know. He's just choosing to play very well in this weird stretch of the season. So 2nd and 4 now. Dilfer going to hand this one off to Sammy Morris, getting out to the outside edge, and he doesn't get very far, but he does get the first down, and that is what is important. And Sammy Morris just continues his day, man. In case you guys were curious, heading into this game here, he had 1,120 yards and 16 touchdowns. So he is already just expanding on that. And is he going to get another touchdown? He certainly is, as he breaks a tackle, says, "Get off of me," and gets in the end zone for another Bills touchdown, man. What can't this guy do? And I think that now brings his total up, doing the math here, crunching the numbers, I think it's now 18 touchdowns he now has on the year. So 2nd and 10 here for the Patriots. Are going to try and answer back a little bit here, make it a little bit closer. At least they can tell their moms that it was a little bit closer. Bledsoe finds Terry Glenn in the back of the end zone. Kind of a great pass, man. I mean, great pass, great find, great window. That is some Bledsoe stuff that we missed, that they're missing this season. We saw it a lot last year, but they missed it a lot this season. So the Patriots add a late garbage time TD here to make it a little bit more respectable, but we absolutely handle the Patriots for the 2nd time this season, man. It's good that there's just a division team, or a team in our division period, that we can handle like this, because I'm not really sure if we'll be able to do that with the Jets and Dolphins consistently, but the Patriots are pretty bad in these early games here. That just, it doesn't materialize. The dynasty doesn't materialize how it does in real life, so the Patriots might be a good couple easy wins that maybe we can rely on. I don't want to say anything is easy, you know what I mean? Like, nothing is easy in the NFL, but, we've at least done pretty well against the Patriots so far this season. So, Dilfer with another solid game here. The completion percentage is down a little bit, but he was still efficient with yardage and getting in the end zone, not making mistakes, so I'm okay with it. It was a decent game from Dilfer here. Sammy Morris, obviously, though, is the big thing here. Averaging almost 9 yards a carry. The dude was a beast in every way. Westbrook has himself a career day as well. Not career day, but just a good day for us. A very decent day. Eric Flowers with a nice sack as well. And now that's going to carry us right into the next game of this episode. We're going back up against the Dolphins here, who we struggled with just a couple weeks ago. It hasn't been that long since we last played the Dolphins, and that was a bit of a struggle with the Finns here. Chris Chambers gave us about everything that he could handle. And again, it's a weird thing with the Dolphins because the receiving core isn't like structured around Chris Chambers. Chris Chambers is literally like the 4th or 5th guy on it. But they've had some injuries to their receiving core. Both division teams struggle with some injuries at this stretch of the season. And I believe O.J. McDuffie is injured for the rest of the season, which is the receiver 2 or receiver 1. One of them, either between O.J. McDuffie and Oronde Gadsden. I think it's O.J. McDuffie, though, who's injured. So Chris Chambers has been stepping up in his role a little bit more, and he's really been utilizing that opportunity a lot. He's got 6 touchdowns on the year, which I would love because I think he's a target for us. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to trade within division. I get that, but I love Chris Chambers, and I think he would be a good addition to this receiving core, and a cheap one, too, because I don't know if keeping Westbrook, Schroeder, and Moulds as a trio is in the cards for us, especially because we're going to have to sign Sammy Morris at the end of the year. So I don't know if the money's going to be there for all these high-value skill position guys. Guys like Chris Chambers might be great additions to this team. So who knows? We'll monitor it here. But Fiedler and the Dolphins are already on the move here. Huge pass down the sideline, and it's already going to get the Dolphins well inside scoring range here, inside the Bills 35. And it's James McKnight who comes down with it. Hasn't had that great of a season here. Has yet to find the end zone this year, but still contributing a little bit for the Dolphins offense. Fiedler right down the middle here throws it, and it is picked off heading the other way now. And we thought Bledsoe was having a bad year, man. Fiedler might be the only quarterback in the NFL who's had like a slower start than Dilfer has, okay? He still has less than 2,000 yards, which Dilfer just barely cracked that, heading into this video. But Sammy Morris on the first play, who's going to fumble. Everything great that we've said about Sammy Morris, and everything just kind of falls apart as the ball just spits out backwards and the Dolphins end up on top of it. So we pretty much just give the Dolphins like 20 extra yards on their turnover. I mean, like pretty much just reset the field for them. Third and goal here, our defense is showing strong, trying to keep him at the end zone, but it's not going to work as Fiedler was able to find Lamar Smith in the back of the end zone for the first Dolphins touchdown of the day. And so the Dolphins end up on the other side of this whole turnover exchange wackiness, and yeah. So, but Fiedler, as I was talking, man, not a great year. That was interception number 12 for him to just 15 touchdowns. So these guys are really, really struggling to get things rolling here in our division. So, but we are now on offense here across midfield on a 2nd and 4. Sammy Moore's getting to the outside edge here. He's got a half little step here, and he's going to get brought down, but not before he picks up a first down and plenty more just outside the red zone now. And look at that. He's shrugging, man. I don't know. He's got the fumble, so I don't know if I'd be bragging like he is, but it's still working. We'll let him have it. So 1st and 10 here at about the Dolphins 22 or so. Dilfer across the middle, and he manages to find Westbrook, who hauls that one in inside the 5, and now we are right on heaven's door knocking, man, trying to get inside the end zone if at all possible, and I think we should be able to do it here. So 1st and goal here. Coming out in the offside eye. Dilfer going to throw for it, flips it to the back of the end zone, and finds Westbrook again, and he's going to have himself another touchdown on the season, man. So Westbrook starting to rack him up here at the stretch of the year, up to 5 touchdowns. So that now makes him our leading receiver in terms of touchdown receptions. I don't know about total receptions or yards. I think yardage too, because I think he's got the most yards of any of our receivers, which isn't good, man. It's like 600 or so yards. It's not very good at all. So Fiedler under some pressure here, sack in his face, or pressure in his face, but he still gets rid of it in time and delivers a nice pass downfield. So he finds an open target to Aranda Gadsden, excuse me. Yeah, pressure was right in his face, man. Did you guys see that? It was just right in his mouth. It was getting close to home. Couldn't quite get there. As Shevin Jackson, our rookie, was able to just break through, penetrate that line, and get right in Fiedler's face, make him see God a little bit, make him fear for his life a little bit. But fast forward to a 3rd and 5 in the red zone here for the Dolphins, and Fiedler's going to find, what an amazing interception. Tries to hit Chambers here, but instead ends up hitting Intron Whitmore. Antoine Winfield. Jeez, I'm just choking on my words right now. I just recorded a whole Duke episode. I'm choking on my tongue here. Antoine Winfield, an amazing sliding interception here, but we can't do anything with it. Now, backed up in our own end zone, it's going to have to be punted away. Pigeon's going to have to punt this one away deep from the end zone, and the Dolphins are able to return this well into our territory. So I showed the punt just to show you guys how the Dolphins got in scoring position, because, it basically just set them up. But on 3rd and 8 here, Lamar Smith is going to get spun out. It's going to be a fumble, an opportunity for a scoop and score that I think if he scoops that in stride, but just couldn't quite do it, just misplayed the ball here. It is cold, I think. We're later on in the season now. I think it is getting colder, so that's the excuse I'm coming up with. But the Dolphins still alive here. So 1st and 10 here, down in the last minute of the first half, and a huge prayer of a ball. I don't know how. Fiedler's having such a horrendous game, and we still allow stuff like this to happen. And Talent Sawyer, one of our free agents, right in his face, staring him down, but didn't matter. Still, Chris Chambers is still coming down with it, man. And that is just, that's touchdown number 7 for Chambers. I want him, dude. I want Chris Chambers. We're going to see if we can get him in the offseason, but that's who I want. I want to see if we can add him. But Dilfer's now going to try and go tit for tat here with the big passes as he finds Eric Moulds down the left side of the field, and he's going to come down with it. We're going to run the hurry up here as we're under 30 seconds left to play here. We should have enough time to run another play or so and maybe make this kick easy for Christie. But offside, it looks like a player did not get back for the Dolphins, and Dilfer takes the shot anyway. It's a free play. He's going to take the shot. And yeah, it looks like Wadsworth was offside. And so that's just a free untimed down, and Dilfer takes full advantage of it and finds Eric Moulds in the end zone, and that is good, man. That touchdown is going to stand, and that is touchdown number 4 for Eric Moulds, man. Looky there. everyone's eating a little bit. Can't believe it, man. It is 14-14, but both of our touchdowns are receiving touchdowns. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Fiedler again trying to cook something up here with the Dolphins offense. Finds an open target along the sideline here. Breaks Henry Jones. Henry Jones just falls off, but it doesn't get a whole lot further. So But Fiedler is finding his rhythm here. So 1st and 10 for the Dolphins inside the Bills' 35. Rolls out here, pressure in his face. And again, Jackson is at his face, and he gets absolutely hammered as he lets go. That's a wobbler of a football, but still, a Dolphins receiver able to run back to it. It's James McKnight who was able to run back and scoop that one from the ground. It looked like the Franco Harris play almost. But yeah, look at that. Right in his face. Fiedler just takes that sack. Yeah, man, I wish he would have completed that. I wish he would have been able to finish that sack, man. I'd love to see that for our rookie, but still, it was a good play to get to the quarterback, chase him down, man, because he's a big guy. Trevor Jackson's a huge guy. He's a very large man. So, but it is working out in our favor. So 3rd and 4 here. Defense again, trying to keep the Dolphins out of the end zone if at all possible. Fiedler gets rid of it in time here, throws it up to Lamar Smith in the flat, shakes off a tackle, shakes off Antoine Whitmore, and it gets pushed out of bounds. But I think he's got the first down. So that's the close thing, man. I think he's close to the first down. So 2nd goal here for the Dolphins. Fiedler going to try and get into the end zone if he can, and they're going to say that was good. I don't know. That was a weird one. Sure, they're going to say that was good. I don't know. We'll get another look here, and yeah, I guess where he caught it, maybe it looks like it broke the plane when he initially caught it, but I don't know. That's a weird one. But the Dolphins are going to get another touchdown here, and Dilfer trying to cook something up here if he can, and he finds Westbrook once again trying to avoid as much pressure as possible. Trying to shake off those two defenders, and he couldn't, but it's okay because it's still a huge first down, and we are continuing with some forward momentum, and that is going to end the 3rd quarter with the Dolphins' 1 touchdown being the deciding factor here. And now we need to play some catch up in the 4th quarter if we want to try and win this football game, which would be great. Need to pick up a win here against the Dolphins. 3rd and 9 now. Dilfer back to pass here, throws it out, and it's going to be picked off and heading the other way. And Dilfer, again, for everything bad that we've said about Dilfer, he has not been a huge guy to make a lot of mistakes like that. That's just his 3rd interception of the season, but it comes at probably one of the worst times against one of the worst teams, man. We really need Dilfer to lock in and provide a performance for us like we saw in Indy and like we saw in New England, man. We need him to do that for us. So on 3rd and 4 here, just out of the 2-minute warning, we are able to stop the Dolphins from getting the first downs they need to ice the game. So we are still alive, baby. We're still alive. 3rd and 10, though, down to our last opportunities. Dilfer hit as he throws. Yeah, just the blind side. Did not see it coming. Yeah, just hit as he throws. Eric Mold able to come down with it, but just not great here. So we're going to have to make a decision here on 4th down. Obviously, we probably have to go for it, I would imagine. I don't think we have an option to not do that. So 4th and 6, we're going to try and run the hurry up here. I think we have time to really take our time and pick a play here, but Dilfer's going to get us back up to the line to rush this one. So Dilfer back to pass once again here. Got to get the first down if we can. And he does find Peerless Price and toe tapping along the sideline. It looks like he's still in bounds, and he's good for the first down. So we are alive, baby. Peerless Price keeping us alive. It's 2nd and 10 here. A minute and change left to go. Dilfer going to that same spot in the field, and he finds Remersma, who comes down with it. Doesn't come down out of bounds, so the clock is going to continue to run. We got to get back up to the line of scrimmage if we can. Everybody racing up, trying to get back there if they can here. A minute left to go on the clock. Dilfer just going to run the play here. Under pressure, doesn't know where to go. Steps up in the pocket and unloads to Eric Molds on a quick little button route there to the sticks, and that'll at least get us a first down. So 1st and 10, under a minute left to go here. Dilfer rolling out here. Finds another open target, and it's going to be caught once again, I believe, by Eric Molds inside the red zone out, and Dilfer is pushing us down the field, man. He's really working it. He's finding a way. He's building this momentum here. So 1st and 10, under 45 seconds left to go, waiting for the ref to set the ball here. Dilfer gets the spike down. That'll clock it with 40 seconds left to go. We are in good shape. But Antoine Winfield, I'm sorry, he gets player of the game. Not that it matters, but I keep choking on his name, so I said it. Anyway, 34 seconds left to go here. Fast forward to 3rd and 10, and Westbrook gets the pass, but he's going to be shy of the line to gain here. But obviously, we're in 4-down territory. We have to go for it again. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're going to have to go for it. So 4th and 5, down to our last play. Dilfer looks around, pressure's on, and that pass is broken up in the middle of the field. Tries to hit Remersma on a crossing route in the linebacking core. The Dolphins comes up strong, and it's going to be a turnover on downs, and our late game rally falls short, man, as we try to tie things up here with the Dolphins, and they're going to hold on, man, and that has huge, not just playoff, but division implications, man. The Dolphins are one of the few teams that are currently in the race with us right now. They're going tit for tat in this kind of 500 game with us, and so this game is massive. I mean, this series is massive, these two games, and we were unable to perform in really either of these games, so that's a huge blow. We really need to step up here against these division opponents, man. So it's great what we did to the Patriots this year, but we got to find a way to beat the Dolphins consistently, man. We have to figure a way to beat the Dolphins consistently. And Dilfer, once again here, the interception's not great, and then the completion percentage also not very good at all, but I don't know. There are some things to like about his performance here. We'll take the good with the bad and roll with it here. Sammy Morris got silenced a lot in the second half, which was huge. That was probably why the Dolphins were able to kind of get the upper edge here, but still, you'd like to see a little bit more. You'd like to see a lot more. But anyway, that's going to carry us now into the next couple weeks here. We have the Vikings and somebody else. I'm choking on it. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one here when we play the Vikings in Minneapolis.